Terra Luna Classic has just gone on a rocket ride and seen hundreds of millions of dollars added to its market cap for probably one of the most insane reasons I've ever seen. So I want to talk to you about what is going on, what could have possibly caused all of this. We do actually have a reason, as well as going over what could be next for the Terra Luna Classic coin. Is this kind of the initial start of the revival that people have been talking about forever, or is this just a little bit of a fake out, draw in some extra liquidity that market makers can then liquidate? We're going to talk about all of that today. Let's go on ahead and let's actually jump right on into the reasoning of why this actually happened today, because it's a pretty ridiculous reason. If we go on ahead here, you can see that there was somebody from the CoinDesk team. It was Ian Allison, I believe. He wore an old Luna Classic t-shirt at the Binance Blockchain Week in Dubai, and it triggered a 200% pump for Luna Classic, which is just insane. I mean, this is basically like the most rampant of speculation that you could possibly get. There's also one additional reason as well that kind of added to some of the steam in this pump. And you can see here, the Lunc token is Terra Luna Classic, a fork of Terra Luna after the UST crash in May 2022. And this token functions as a native coin for the Terra Classic network. There's two reasons. We already talked about CoinDesk reporter Ian Allison wearing the Lunc t-shirt at Binance Blockchain Week in Dubai, but also Binance has confirmed to support the upgrade happening on December 8th, 2025. This essentially improves security and the Cosmos integration. So there isn't, it's not purely just off of, somebody wearing a t-shirt, but there is also kind of the Binance, which is the largest crypto exchange in the world. They are also confirming support of kind of the Lunc upgrade as well. So there's a couple of different things that have happened here that have sent Lunc on a rocket ride. Now, if we go ahead and we look at the crypto bubbles, you'll see here up about 45% just in the past day. You can see it is the 106th ranked token, up 40 spots, again, just in one day. And you'll see here a market cap of about $400 million. You'll see in the past week, it's up over 183%. Actually down a little bit from the 200% it was up, but again, you can see kind of the way at which it's been moving. No one really knows kind of where the top will be and how high this could go. It is only 6 spots out of breaking into the top 100 as well, which could be interesting to see this, kind of back on the front of the crypto bubbles. This is another thing, as you know, crypto bubbles is something that many people do take a look at, similar to the Google search. Not many people make it off of the first page, which is the 1 to 100. So if people see Luna Classic breaking back into that first page, this could actually provide a little bit more support and some more buying pressure on the Lunc token because of, just the things that people are seeing happening, on the markets. And, whenever people see a coin moving pretty dramatically, it does generally draw in some people, kind of some of the gamblers who are looking to make fortunes and also lose fortunes overnight. So pretty interesting thing going on there. We also can take a look here at the Lunc chart, and you will see, nothing really happening. Price actually kind of bleeding down over a period of time. If we go back and we actually take a look at the daily chart, you'll see that there's just not really a whole lot happening for Terra Luna Classic. It's actually just kind of bleeding, and then we see this thing happening, and now it's just been absolutely rocketing to the upside. We're seeing, 2 God candles kind of in a row. Who knows kind of how high it will go, given that it is only a $400 million market cap and the level of retail exposure that Terra Luna does have, just because so many people got their initial entrance into crypto at or around the time that Terra Luna was such a huge thing. And so obviously people know what it is, people know kind of generally about the ecosystem, all that type of stuff. And so seeing something like this kind of coming back from the dead, I think could bring a lot more buying pressure into the ecosystem. This is very similar to kind of what we saw from XRP when it kind of had its initial run. Now, I personally do have a pretty deep level of skepticism for a pump kind of like this for 2 reasons in particular. The first one, we are not really in an altcoin friendly market. We're still in a market that is very choppy. There's a lot of things kind of, we're seeing a lot of pumps, we're seeing a lot of dumps, we're seeing a lot of just chopping around, liquidating as much kind of liquidity in the markets as possible. And so I do think that there is an extremely high risk that this is something very similar to what we saw from ICP even just about a month back, where we see a really, really strong move to the upside. People kind of buy in all the way up to the top. We see kind of that top come in, and then it sells basically all the way right back off. That is something I think is very much a possibility here. Now, of course, I would love to be wrong. I would love to see, this be the thing that kickstarts a crypto all season, all of that type of good stuff. But I do just want to kind of exercise caution action and let you all know that that may not be the case here. So we'll have to see. Now again, if we kind of zoom out here, you can see a couple of different things that we will be looking at as we kind of go and make this way back to the upside here. So there's a couple different kind of major levels at which I would expect us to kind of hold and then continue to break above. You will see this is the first key level. We have broken above it currently. Of course, we will want to close above it on the daily candles. That will be a very, very good thing. It's this 007267 range, 4 zeros, actually not 2 zeros, but that is kind of the first level. Then we have a couple other levels as we continue to move along. So let's actually kind of continue to kind of condense this as we go, so you can see what the various things that we're looking at. So first off, we are getting very close, and we actually have almost seen a wick up to this level. This would kind of be the next level, is the 083 range, and then if we go all the way up, you could see there's several key levels going all the way to this kind of recent swing top here at the 0001795 range. So that would be kind of like the that's when things could potentially get very, very crazy here, is seeing something like this. Obviously we do have a decent bit of a ways to go to get there, and we would have a decent bit of this would be a pretty face melting rally if we did actually get to there at this point. I do think kind of in the short term, seeing a break above this range, maybe even coming back down and consolidating on this level and then continuing up, seeing some of that type of action and price movement, letting the RSI kind of reset a little bit, letting the Bollinger Bands kind of start to reset a bit, because if we zoom back in here, you will see, well, it's going to be actually kind of hard to see, but you'll see right now that we are actually right above the Bollinger Bands right now, and so generally, again, that does mean we are a bit overextended, and we should see price come back down. And so again, coming up here and consolidating, letting some of these technical indicators reset before a next move to the upside is the thing that I would personally be looking for before we actually go into anything too crazy as it relates to the market, just because it, like I said, is a very difficult market, is a tough market out there, and so we just need to make sure that we're having some more confirmation on some of these things happening rather than jumping in too early. That is my own personal opinion. Of course, you can make your own decisions, and not financial advice, all of that type of good stuff. This is just my personal trading strategy that tends to work for me. You, of course, may have something completely different that might work much better for you. So overall, I just want to give you a quick update of what we're seeing on the Terra Luna Classic token, why it's been moving so crazy over the past couple of days, and what we could potentially see next. Now, of course, if you have any questions, of course, go ahead and drop those in the comment section below. I do read and respond to all of those, so if you have anything that you want me to see, that would be a good way to do so. Also, if you are looking to get into trading some of this Terra Luna Classic, again, volatility, if you are a short-term trader, is kind of a very, very valuable thing. So I do have a couple of those exchange links in the description below. BTCC is one that is doing a 10% bonus on the first time deposits when you get signed up, as well as they are doing a 500 USDT giveaway over the month of December. So that link is also in the description. If you even just want to get signed up for the giveaway, all you have to do is check that link in the description. So overall, hopefully you found the information in the video useful. If you did, of course, like, subscribe, all that type of good stuff. It does help support the channel, which I, of course, massively appreciate. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.